So let's have a look at how we can actually work out an average with this list of data when the data that we're trying to average isn't a number, it's text. So this is a three-phase process, and the reason I'm going to do it in three phases is so you can see each of the elements. So the first thing we want to do is we want to go through this list and find the number of training participants who've completed a program. So to do this, we need a function called COUNTIF. So I place my cursor where I want the answer to be, and I click FX. And I'm going to look for COUNTIF. If it doesn't appear, you can type it in here and click Go. Now, COUNTIF selects a range of cells and it determines how many items in that list meet a particular criteria. Now, normally if this had numbers in it, you would just sum them up and you'd get a number, and then it'd be pretty easy to create an average. Or you could use the auto sum function and just choose average from here. But it's a little bit more complicated because we've got text. So the first thing we need to do is select the range that we want Excel to evaluate, and that is these cells here. You can see that it's populating on the right-hand side with data, and we want to now put the criteria that we want it to count for. So in here, I'm going to open a set of quotation marks because we have text, and I'm looking for the number that have complete in that cell. So you can see the word complete there, and you can see that we've got the number 6. So I click OK. So this is Excel working out how many in that text-based list have the word complete in it. Remembering we're working towards average. So that's the first piece. Now, the next thing we need to do is we need to work out the average. So to do this, because again, we're working with information that has text in it rather than numbers, what we're going to do here is we're going to create the average formula. So we can click auto sum and choose average to start our formula out. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the number of complete, and we're going to divide that by a count of how many entries are in that list. Now, remembering this is complicated by the fact that there's text in the cell rather than numbers. So we need to get Excel to count the number of entries in this list of cells so that we can work out the average. Again, we could put in static numbers, but what happens if you add in an extra row, etc.? Your formula doesn't automatically update. So we're working smarter so that if anything changes, Excel should automatically update our formula. So what we're going to do here is create a nested function. So that basically means there's one function sitting inside another. So we've got our number of cells complete, or our cell containing the number that have complete in it. And now we need to tell Excel to add up the people in this column or the items in this column and just tell us a total number of those items. So to do that, we use a function called COUNTA. Now, the simplest way to do this is to click the drop arrow here. If you can't find COUNTA, you can click on more functions, and then we're going to choose COUNTA and click Go. Now, the COUNTA function counts the number of cells in a range that are not empty. So all we need to do is select these cells here. And basically it's 7 cells, which we can see clearly on the screen here, and we click OK. And it gives us 0.86. Now, of course, to turn that into an actual percentage, all we need to do is click the percentage icon, because 0.86 is 86%. So that's the second piece. Now, if we wanted to skip this and go straight to the answer, we need a slightly more complicated formula. And the reason I've shown you these 3 steps is so you can understand that the first step was working out in our list how many were complete. And then the second step was taking that number and making that an average of how many are in the total list. Now what we need to do is we're going to work out the average without the need for us to calculate the number complete or the average on its own. So what we need to do for this is we need to create a new formula. And this will mean that we don't have to complete this action here. Now, the reason I show you the other 2 steps is because you need to understand the elements as we're building on the process. If you're okay with this final function, then go ahead, use that anytime. So now what we need to do is we're going to click on the auto sum and we're going to choose average. So we're going to start out our average. And what we're going to do in here is we're going to nest a function. So we need to put the COUNTIF first. We need to count the number of cells that are complete. So this is the range that we're counting here. And the criteria is the word complete. So you can see here it's found that 6, which is the first entry here. I'll click OK here. And we're clicking back up here. And we need to put in the divide sign. And now what we're going to do is we're going to insert our count A. So we click here, count A, because we used it recently. And the items that we have here is we want to count the total number of entries here. And the answer to that is 7. So this gives us the 86.71. So what this has done as well is created a double check for us. We can then turn this into a percentage and it will automatically turn it to 86%. So you can easily see that by looking at this data here, you can visually work out that you have 6 complete and 1 incomplete. And then you could do an average. So this is a great way of just doing the process. So first of all, we're counting the number of entries that are complete. Then we're working out the average of the complete entries versus the total number of entries. And then we're looking at jumping past this, so we exclude the need to do this first COUNTIF calculation by having a nested function. So a nested function is just one function inside another. So that should help you work out the average when you have a list of information that has text rather than numbers in it. And of course, once you've completed it, you could fill the cross over here to give you the numbers. And you can see here that it's automatically adjusted relative to the column we've copied the formula to. Hope you find that helpful.